Recently, I rewatched Mass of the Ages, which is a documentary about traditional Latin Mass. I also watched both of the documentaries made about charismatic worship and healing services. And the hilarious thing is that both of them are saying pretty much the exact same thing. Our aesthetic is what is going to save the church. Because let's be honest for a second, that's all that it really is. Traditional Latin Mass is a style of an aesthetic. Charismatic worship is all just an aesthetic. And it's really funny that both sides are seeing themselves as a solution to the problem when, quite frankly, neither of them are. But I think there is some truth to what they're saying, but you have to strip away the incense, the smells, and the bells, and the guitars. And there are so many people who rediscover the faith and dive deeper into it, and they always end up falling into one of those two categories because that's all that is presented to them. The issue is that both traditional Catholicism and charismatic Catholicism aren't really meant for that. Because again, the main aspects that make them unique are aesthetics. And as both of these organizations are growing on an international level, we have to really stop and think, do we really think that aesthetics are what's going to revitalize people's connection with the Catholic faith? And that's such a stupid idea to me. The church is not going to be saved because people are speaking in Latin or speaking in tongues. It's because people are connecting with the faith and taking it on into their everyday life. Historically, we are in an upswing. We're entering a new age of sainthood. And every time that happens, it happens because people are taking on the faith as their own, not because an aesthetic becomes more popular. So this is all just a long-winded rant to say, anyone who comes to you saying, oh, what's going to save the church is one side or another of an aesthetic, completely ignore them. They have really good points within their theology. I think that traditional Catholicism has an amazing aspect in applied theology, and I think charismatic side of Catholicism has a beautiful aspect of bringing in proper alignment with trying to follow God's will and listening to his plan for your life. But both of those are things that can thrive completely separated from their organizations. And I think it's important to use both at the same time instead of subjugating and separating us based off of vibe. If you're Catholic, you can integrate both into your everyday life without associating with all of the other nonsense.